there's a turret that is actually not just protecting some of the loot of this base, but this turret, it also protects the secret room. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Hostile Survival. Today we return, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys are having an absolutely fan-freaking-tastic day of the most amazing variety. Not only it's more fan-freaking-tastic from here on out, unlike that fella over there, I think he was stuck in a tree. He did really seem to react to the fact that, well, he was being shot. Oh, Jesus, toxic spinners, back it up. Okay. Got out of that situation alive. As you guys can see, we are in an oak forest because an oak forest event did pop up. So I'm like, you know, I got some iron hatchets. I got some of the boys over here. Our pistol drizzle, M16, Izzle, shotgun rain, and AK Thunder, all ready and rearing to go. So let's go and see what type of an event we got on us. And oh, Jesus, we're being swarmed by people. Shotgun rain. Oh, there we go. Oh my God, I blew that man to bits. Sorry about that, Mr. Toxic, but I hope you weren't trying to stay combobulated because you, my friend, became discombobulated. And shotgun rain to you for the finishing blow. We still got a little bit of shotgun rain to utilize after this, but let's try and use the rest of these M16s. I'm just trying to use some of our more broken down weapons as well and make use of them because, well, I'm low on inventory room, and this is a decent way of us making use of these guns because, oh dear God, a survivor, what are you doing? That's for my friend? This is for me, because you shot me. I just walked over here, man. We're just like lurking behind this truck, just like, I'm gonna wait for the next guy that walks by, and I'm gonna go and shoot him and be like, this is for my friend. Like, I very so obviously was the one that killed your friend. Yes, you are so right, dude. You are so right, bro. Your friend did have some nice pants. I'll definitely be taking those off his hands, or his legs, I guess. Let's go ahead and shout out on some of that jerky, and let's continue clearing this place out. We'll also make sure to try and get our dues out of here as well, because we did bring some iron hatchets, so we are definitely going to be harvesting some of the oak trees lying about and trying to get the bang for our buck for venturing out to this oak forest event where it appears that a pickup truck broke down, and I don't know, dude. I feel like there must have been a car crash or something. I think they hit these barrels and his friend went through the window because the window's looking pretty broken too. I'm just trying to decipher things, man. Okay. Now, if you'll excuse me, we got to return to our regularly scheduled programming of murdering zombies. But after this, we do have our eyes on a amazing raid that we were able to scout out a little bit ahead of time. And let me just say, there's a secret compartment, a secret room to this raid that is going to have loot that is going to blow your mind. The inside of your mind, it will become jelly. Not just jelly, it will become jello with an O, baby. That's right. Oh, sorry, dear. I did not mean to kill you. Boop. But you just got in the way. Why you gotta be doing that, dude? Why you gotta be doing that? But it does appear that we have gotten pretty much everything out of this zone except for Floater McGee over there. There's a couple of foxes. There were a couple of foxes. There was also a deer. That thing is now also dead. So let's try to collect all the loot that we can. And I'm thinking we might try and go and hit up a basement as well. We haven't hit up a basement in a couple of days. So bada bing, bada boom. Let's go and try to get a little bit of that. But for now, let's collect the rest of this oak. And after this last tree, despite the fact that it destroyed my axe after this last tree decides to go down, that is going to wrap it up for this oak event and all the goodies that we have gotten out of it. And as you guys can see, I think we were a little bit lucky as well because usually every time you go to an oak event, there is enough oak either through loot or through literal trees that you have to harvest to make for about 20 oak logs. But we do have access to that one perk that does somewhere over here. I'm not 100% sure which one it is. Oh, the logger. We got a 20% chance to get an extra log when chopping down oak trees, and we got 3 of them as extras. So pretty nice that once we process everything, we're gonna have a little over 7 oak planks and 2 logs left over, since 3 logs makes 1 plank. We are we might go and pay pit stop to that if we don't find any basements over here in our search. But ultimately, the big thing is, of course, this raid. Because like I'm saying, this raid, babies, oh, this is gonna be a good one. Because it's one that has some pretty good loot. But if you can actually manage to find this kind of secret hidden area within it, oh, dude, it just opens up a whole new avenue of just like, wow. 3 wows in ascending order. That's how nutty this stuff is. But for now, let's go try and murder a couple more enemies and see if we can't maybe skedaddle our way upon a basement of some sort. Oh, Mazel tov! And we found the basement over here. Woo, woo, woo. That's what I'm talking about. And the top side of this basement, I'm not gonna lie, is looking pretty meh. It's definitely not the biggest. This is a pretty humble little home. Very nice little couch, very nice little lamp, very nice little golf club over here in his one shelf. I don't know why you're keeping a single golf club on a shelf, dude. Where's your golf bag? Freaking amateur. Over here, we got some food and a couple of other necessities like that. And let's see, what do we got out of the third shelf? Golf club numero 2. Maybe. I really like those shelves over there. Those are just like totally, got some decent stuff. I like these though. These are like totally elevated and stuck to the wall. Can we have these like to build at home, please? That's the thing too, with these basements and a lot of the different like structures that we're seeing over here. Yo, I wish Kafir would make some of these like placeable so we could actually like give variety and character to some of our bases, because, you know, having to use chests, like, it's nice, we can upgrade them and they get bigger, but it'd be pretty cool if we could decorate and have like some decorative storage, like some of these shelves, maybe some of these hanging shelves, maybe some of these tables that take up different spots of our base, but provide storage while being able to give our base a little bit of variety and character. I actually, oh dear God, I'm dying of thirst. It's all good in the hood. We got some water. Let's go and swallow some water. Holla, holla. Get a little bit of food up in our belly. Full health, full everything. I'd say that we are prepared for a basement down here, but that's definitely something I think would be really awesome and definitely give some more character to our bases, and especially when we go out on raids, be able to find like a lot more interesting raids as well. Okay, wakey, eggs and bacon there, fast rodder. I know you're gonna wake up. Did you do 10 damage to me? Jeepus, I got full SWAT armor. How? Let's go and take this opportunity to do a little bit of melee damage, and maybe if the going gets tough, we can whip out a little bit of that shotgun rain active skill mod as well. But I'd love to hear what you guys do think about that potential idea of being able to incorporate such things, because I do think actually, now that I bring it up, now that we have kind of like encountered so many of these basements and kind of something I've actually started thinking about a little bit, it just seems like something that would make a lot of sense and would definitely have a lot of cool benefits and just give extra character to raids, give extra character to your own base, all that type of jazz. And along with that, if you guys don't have anything to chime in regarding that, another thing I'd love to hear from y'all in that comment section down below would actually be regarding some of the oak areas, that oak forest that we checked out a little bit earlier. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on like what's the best oak forest you guys have actually come across, like what's your favorite version of the oak forest event that does pop up, and realistically, are you even going to oak forest, because they're usually pretty out of the way, and the main reason to go there is for oak, and you know, maybe you're not really at the point where you're interested in oak, maybe you just have like more viable methods of getting oak logs, whatever it might be. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, since we didn't start off over there, on just like oak events in general. I'm not talking about the oak areas in the north that you unlock after the watchtower. I just mean more just kind of in general what you guys do think about those oak events. Oh dear, mama, shotgun rain. There we go, that's solved. Oh, did not mean to shotgun rain you. I'm sorry. Okay, you got to die via shotgun rain. I know you're a lucky lad. Not everyone gets to die at the hands of our Lord and Savior. Oh, shotgun rain. But yeah, with those oak events, which one of those is your favorites? Which one do you think has the best loot out of all the different ones that you come across? And in general, what you guys do think of the oak event? Do you think it's a pretty cool event as is, and it's always nice when it does pop up? Because like, to me, it seems like it'll pop up like once every few days for the most part, and like, at least in my opinion, I definitely think it's a pretty nice place to make a pit stop over, because it's usually a pretty reliable supply of oak, and ooh, baby, that is why I like basements right there. But it is usually a pretty reliable supply of oak, and especially with our perk of being able to get extra oak logs, like we got 23 oak logs out of this. That's 7 oak planks. Like, realistically speaking, like if we do a raid and we get oak planks, like, I'm disappointed, but dude, it's still oak planks. That's like still pretty freaking nifty. Oh, I thought that was the witch crawling back into her hole. No, it's the crawlers crawling out, which is actually a little bit, now that I think about it, very interesting to notice. Oh my God, goodbye to your lower half of the body and front flip to your top half. But very interesting to think about the fact that, oh, we can't break through there. Dang, this was a bit of an basement. But yeah, that's low-key interesting that there is a version of this basement where the witch actually, you can catch her crawling back into that hole. And now the fact that, if you think about it, crawlers actually crawl out of that same hole, and we see crawlers crawling out of all sorts of holes like this. It makes me wonder if the witch actually has some sort of an underground tunnel system that she's dug, or maybe like used her crawlers to dig out, because like realistically speaking, Did the crawlers inhabit these holes, or were the crawlers the ones that made them and ultimately broke into all these different basements? Because like, if you think about it, that's a bit of a scary thought. Like the witch sent out her crawlers to break into survivors' basements, and it seems like they did a pretty nifty job at it. And like, I wonder if the witch was maybe the one tunneling in there, if it was the crawlers. But regardless, actually an interesting little thing I noticed, and low-key, I would actually love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. A lot of things I want to hear your guys' thoughts on today, as y'all can probably tell. But that's another thing I definitely would not mind hearing from y'all about, because low-key, that's like, I've never really put 2 and 2 together. It wasn't until that exact hole where I was like, wait a minute, this hole has given me a revelation. The witch went into that hole, but the crawlers come out. And we know from the infected forest and battling the witch, and low-key, I think the witch might be due for a murder kind of soon. Ooh, baby, baby, I am going to you. The witch is definitely due for a murder before she sends another horde my way, so that will probably be happening, no need to worry. But over at her infected forest, she spawns crawlers to attack you, and now we're seeing crawlers and witches also appear in the basements. It makes me think that the witch might start to play a little bit of a bigger role moving forward, and maybe make like more appearances. And like with all this tunnel system, man, there's no tunnels at the infected forest, which makes me think that like, dude, there might be some sort of like an underground encounter we can potentially do with the witch in the future or something, because that's a very interesting thing. Like, there's no tunnels, there's no holes over at the infected forest, so where in tarnation is her underground headquarters? I wonder if it's like a giant ant hive. Hive probably isn't the word that I'm looking for, but I wonder if it's like a giant ant area or something, you know, like an ant colony, and the witch is the queen and the crawlers are her workers, and she's doing all sorts of nefarious things. Who in Tarnation knows, but what I do know is death to the survivors. Granata! Die! I need your chopper stuff! Thank you for your cooperation. Please leave a 5-star Yelp review on me as your local murderer. Alright though, so this murderer is gonna be taking some of them shoes, because those are some relatively nice looking SWAT shoes, and I'm always a sucker for decent looking armor. This guy's decked out in the SWAT. He's got a pretty nice looking helmet over there. I will eat some food. I'll get rid of some of these things that I'm not as inclined to keep due to the fact that we don't have a lot of them, and they're not super valuable unless maybe you have like a full stack of them, because I'm a full stack sucker, if that even makes any sense. We've got a decent amount of guns out of this though. 2 pistols already? But yeah, I'm a sucker for full stacks, dude. I love when there's like a full stack of something. If there's only a partial stack, I might honestly glance over it or something like that. But if there's a full stack, oh baby, you talking my language now. And within the final chopper over here, oh baby, we got the goods. Houston, we've acquired what we came for. Even though this is not what I came for, I'm leaving with it, and that's what matters. So let's clear up a little bit extra inventory room here. We'll go and grab the bauxite. Ooh, I just realized, marvelous, we still got some of these water bottles, which means that it's a gas siphoning time, baby. But as we are siphoning that gas, I would love to hear from y'all in that comment section. Hold up, wait, yay. Steal gas every day. I gotta put that away for a second, because I want to make sure that those things return to our inventory so we can then go back and grab more of the gas, baby. Give me the gas, baby. And honestly, I'll put away the black. I'll put away the. We could get lenses if we scrap the camera, though, and I am a sucker for lenses. But there we have it. We pretty much have from this, I'd say arguably some of, if not pretty much undisputably, the best loot. This guy does have some military armor, which could be decent to grab, and honestly, I'll grab your shirt. Actually, grab your pants. You know me, I'm a sucker for pantalones, and I do not have an extra pair on my person, but that right there is an extra pair. Onwards, my valiant steed, to the next zone, eventually. But we do have this very nifty military convoy that has appeared over here. Why don't we go and pay it a quick pit stop? The reason we're going directly here is I know our inventory is kind of full. I know that is definitely not a good thing, but we do just kind of need to get our priorities straight, which is the fact that this raid is going to disappear in about T-minus 23 minutes. So I'm not trying to spend too much time lollygagging a boot. I want to get over to that raid, because that is not a raid we are about to let slip from our grasp and from our grip. And this is the one version of the event where we have raiders to deal with. Hello, raiders, get the stabby McStab in your face. And then a couple of slices in, goodbye to you. Hello, raider number 2. Touch the boxes and you're dead. Can I touch you? I mean, okay, that sounds weird. Can I kill you? That came out a little bit better. Still a little bit odd out of context, but I'd say a bit more reasonable. And this raider, welcome to the conquest of mine. Hope you enjoy your death. And I actually had to go and use that over there. Go toss on the new helmet. Hello, raider. I'll give you a little bit of that. And shotgun rain. Some stage dry and you will feel the pain. Shotgun rain. Goodbye. I'm sorry it had to go down like this, but thank you for the Winchester. It's not too shabby if you ask me. And let's see. Dang, I was hoping that we might be able to, from this marvelous dead person over here, not that dead people usually aren't marvelous, but you know what I mean. That one in particular sometimes drops his finger, you know, he just lets it, you know, slip out of his pocket, something like that. I don't know how you drop a finger, okay, but he does. For some reason, sometimes the mad lad just has a finger missing, and today it was intact, which is unfortunate. Well, not intact, like it was still connected to his body. That's what, yeah, that is what I meant to say. It was still connected to his body. Bad news for us, good news for him, but he also has the bad news of being dead, so probably still bad news at the end of the day. Nothing super amazing up in here. We do have the luxury of being able to have another weapon put into there. We are not going to use any more of this shotgun, so that is not anything that we need to worry about either. Let's see what we have within this chest, and let's start looting up just a little bit of duct tape. Come on, bro, we can do better than that. But let's go ahead and keep on looting up the rest of this place. But yeah, like we were saying, dude, that's seriously interesting with the witch and just kind of the fact that, like, she doesn't really have any tunnels over at the infected forest, which makes me think that, like, you know, I feel like there's some way where we got to get to the bottom of how the witch is crawling through these tunnels and where do they all lead. And low-key, I think it'd be super cool if, like, the witch that we're facing is just like a baby version of the witch, you know? What if there's like a full-blown, like, the real witch that's like the mother of all these crawlers? The witch that we're coming across is just like the protector or something of like some of those, like, of like a nest, you know? But what if, like, in the underground they have like a giant crawler colony as like an underground location that we got to go to, we got to clear enemies out of, and ultimately make our way over to this giant witch boss at the end, which is the one that has been like infecting all of these tunnel systems and funneling crawlers into basements. That would be incredibly cool if you ask me. But let me know your guys' thoughts around this kind of like sudden revelation we did have with basements and kind of the witch connection to basements and how all of that does end up playing together. And of course, like I'm saying, with the Oak event and what y'all guys and gals do think about that, and even some of that building stuff that I think pops up with like basements that, at least in my personal opinion, I think would be incredibly cool if we actually managed to somehow have the privilege of being able to like deck out our bases and decorate them with even cooler things and even cooler like shelves and stuff like that. And I feel like it just give a little bit more personality and character to a lot of the locations and bases that we've come across and all that type of jazz. And it'd be a good reason to do like a raid reset, or so to speak, where they, cause you might be like, Star, you want to reset our base? No, no, no. I never said that. What I meant is that because the way that the bases work, like whenever you raid a base, the reason that you can research a base on YouTube is because bases are always the same, because we're raiding a copy of a base at a certain period in time, which is kind of the moment that it was copied. So this would give us a good opportunity to, ooh, take some loot. I will grab you. Rest of stuff, goodbye for now. But that will give us actually a really good opportunity to be able to get some updated bases in the database system along with, to go along with everything, you know, some hopefully better loot within these bases, not just better shelves, but also all the new types of loot that we haven't had added until recent updates, which still haven't really been found within these bases that we are raiding. I'm just saying, could be a little bit interesting. Following a quick pit stop so we can go ahead and grab a couple of the last materials that we need. I know that this isn't our base. You know, you'd be like, Star, what in tarnation? But a fun little fact, we do tend to have some supplies stashed at the bunker for whenever we might be around town and need a couple of things. This is one of those occasions we are ready and rearing to go for this raid, and especially to show off that secret little compartment we are going to be breaking into. And when you see the loot that it contains, your happiness probably won't be matching mine, because I am very sorry to say we are gonna raid this base, and that loot is going to enter my base, which brings me much happiness and appeases my raiding / looting addiction. I digress. Without further ado, we got all that we need. It is time. Machine. I'm not sure if that's an I or an L, because the capital I looks like an L, because I don't know who invented the I or the capital L. but I got beef with them. But yeah, like I'm saying regarding the witch, regarding some of that potential base renovations, and of course, your favorite oak event, there's a ton of stuff I'd love to hear from y'all in that comment section down below. And a reminder that that comment is gonna put you 1/3 of the way into the wingy $12 at Play Store gift card giveaway. All you gotta do as well is make sure that like button, make sure to subscribe, that will ensure you win on today's video. Y'all can go ahead and enter in on every single last day on Earth video. Ooh, when Saturday rolls around, we'll pick a random video for the past week, pick a random comment from that random video, and that's will be the what up for the week, and we'll kick off with a weekly giveaway that exact same Saturday as well. So make sure you stay tuned with that notification bell to stay up to date with every single video. Y'all can enter in on for that weekly giveaway, not to mention all the other dope survival games going up on the channel as well. And without further ado, it's bada bing, it's bada boom, and check it out. We need to be a little bit sneaky deaky with this base. Star, what are you talking about? Shh. There's a turret that is actually not just protecting some of the loot of this base, but this turret, it also protects the secret room. And we need to make our way into that secret room to collect what we need. So right now we just want to get a little bit sneaky deaky. And if turret does not notice us, oh, we are good to go. And check it out, baboop. The turret does not know what happened. But we can sneak attack every single time we attack this turret for a maximum of 5 katana strikes that will bring this turret to its destruction. And now, with the watcher of this land out of the picture, the time is here for us to break into the secret room, the secret compartment, and that compartment is hidden behind this surprisingly armored wall. So, knock knock, it's me. I don't like the fact that you exist, wall, so we gotta come towards a common solution here, and your doom and destruction is that solution. And this is going to be a little— oh dear mama, we already got enemies coming towards us. I was not expecting y'all to show up already. Oh baby, baby, this is why we got the shotgun over here. I don't mind using a little bit of noise because this will save us a little bit of durability down the line. Shotgun rain, goodbye to like every single one of y'all. I will chop you in half. You're still alive. That was not supposed to happen. Let's put the katana over there and try to just keep things intact. Let's let this floater bloater run towards us. Yeetikus! Goodbye to you. Let's wait for our saw blade mace to regenerate here while we're playing some games with this floater bloater, and then whoop! Hey, sent that head flying. Okay, but this is not the secret room that we were concerned with. That's gonna be a pretty decent chest, but the secrets just keep on getting better the deeper you dive into this area. So let's heal on back to full health. Hopefully our armor can withstand this onslaught of damage that it is going to be taken on. And check it out, behind door number 2. Maybe, there! We got another chest. This one is actually in the way of door number 3, by the way, because that is the big secret compartment that will leave some of y'all with your jaws on the ground being like, wow, I am so happy that I now know, let's freaking go! It's a go into that room. Now, please excuse me. Oh. Never mind. I thought the horde was gonna attack us. Okay. Let's freaking double go! Now I can bask in the glory of this chest. And already, we got some pretty decent stuff coming our way, including 17 oak planks. Dude, we're gonna be swimming in oak after this. A couple of katanas, even more medical supplies, more jerky. Every man's dream. And the entryway, god dang it, and the entryway, if I could chop down into it, into here. And this, I feel like I may have summoned the enemies by going to up to 44 noise. There we go, there we go. Look at that! That's what I'm talking about, baby! That is where the goods are going to be. Oh my god, I just sliced that man into a billion pieces, but that has some really good— oh my god, I'm so sorry. That has some really good stuff hidden within it, and you guys saw the VSS. I think we saw a fully modded M16 in there. There's just all sorts of goods that we're gonna be sinking our raiding / looting addicted teeth into as soon as we can wrap up on these douche canoes who's trying to bring us down. Is there any spikes on this map? I don't think there are. No, I was gonna say we could maybe just like use some spikes or something like that. But as we are doing that, like I'm saying, make sure that the notification bell hit to stay up to date with all the other dope survival games going up on the channel as well. Because in case you guys like Last Day on Earth, there's a very good chance you will thoroughly enjoy some of the other stuff going up on the channel as well, because we are survival-aholics in addition to raiding-aholics, and a lot of the other stuff going up on the channel does follow that survival theme, whether it be the latest and greatest of survival games, new survival games, free survival games, the whole shebang, you name it. Dude, where are these floater bloaters? Did we kill them already? Dude, were there not floater bloaters chasing after us? There they are. Holy, dude, we were playing a huge game of Ring Around the Rosie. over there, and that friend is almost dead. Oh, why did that one not count? I'm gonna just try to get one more slice into you, and then you should be one katana. Boop. Hey! We got a level up, and he was one katana boop from death, and you are gonna be one katana boop from death as well. Wow, I sliced that entire bottom half up. And let's go and apply this level up, and oh, let's go! This is my perk, baby! I wish I've gotten this perk a whole lot more than I realistically have, but if we could max out that perk, that is gonna be dope. That perk keeps on getting us better bases. 6% more likely to show you a base with lots of loot. I like those types of bases, so I really like that perk. Let's go ahead and try to stash some of the more valuable things we got, because this raid is actually not to be confused with a revenge raid. This is a raid that we got on our own power from the raiders, which means they're gonna want a fair share of the loot. However, they do not know what we hide in the chopper. They have no clue that we got that from a raid, which means we can kind of trick them and give them less than what they would normally ask for. Unless we're gonna go. Always happy to get a VSS through any raid imaginable. And dude, like, that's something that you can so easily just like totally miss, because depending on how you approach it, like, that is probably one of the most annoying areas to get into, because, well, if you C4 into that wall, you might think this is like an entire honeycomb base. If you break into here, you might think that this is gonna be super annoying to break into, and you need to bring a lot of hatchets. But if you come prepared, you need to make your way over to these two chests, and by extension, this chest is gonna be pretty solid as well, and you will be surprised by the quality of loot that significantly gets better and better. And it is about time for us to probably start getting, I'll use these hatchets a little bit more. We'll come back for this loot. Let's go and soften up and break into a couple more chests, and then we'll start kind of getting rid of our current hatchets, because there are more chests that should be pretty decent as well. This is one that I have noted from a lot of research that tends to have some pretty decent things. Same goes for this bad boy over here, and like I'm saying, we're just gonna try and make the best use of this as we can. Also, another thing that we really need to do is break into the iron working benches. You'll be surprised how decent those are as well. But okie dokie, it's time for the slice. Oh, and I love when a critical just so happens to happen, because it just makes it that much more satisfying. But yeah, definitely check out some of the other series going up on the channel as well, in case you guys have not already, because you guys can seriously find a series that you enjoy the bejesus out of and start following, or maybe even a game that you enjoy so much you download it and play it for yourselves. And if you guys like Last Day on Earth, there's a very great chance you'll be enjoying it. So whether it be a brand new survival game we're uploading for the very first time ever on the channel, they broke my hat, or an ongoing series that you just haven't ever noticed or really paid any attention to, go ahead, give them a go and see if you can find something that you do thoroughly enjoy, so we can be spreading a little bit more fan-freaking-tasticness, because we always have a fan-freaking-tastic time, except right now because I'm naked. Excuse me. This is not what I had in mind. Okay, do I have clothes on me? I think I do. I'm gonna do a little bit of running so I can just outrun them and have a bit of a breather to become less naked, because especially if we're doing melee combat, I ain't trying to be naked. That's how damage happens. I like not taking damage. So I'll put on some pants and some of that, and okay. I don't think I have any shoes, or I got a couple of hats. Okay, hold up 1 second, comrade. I put on the hat here. Let's just get a little bit more that's a horse thing. Little bit more separation, and we ought to be golden. There we go. No shoes, but again, I suppose we just have to make do of Wintersane toxic abominations. Oh, I hope that they don't do too much damage to me, because they're gonna be able to wail on us real good, and we're only doing a katana's worth of damage at a time. But that notification bell is also a great way to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest of Last Day on Earth information, as well as soon as that type of info does come out about Last Day on Earth, about future updates, about any and all that type of jazz. We are spreading it to you guys' eyes and ears absolutely ASAP, and not just that, we are also connecting the dots with that information with other information that has already been released to give us the clearest look at the future of Last Day on Earth, what to expect out of new locations, new enemies, upcoming features, all that type of jazz. And as soon as the new update itself does come out, we are checking it out absolutely ASAP and making all the videos in the world covering every single little thing that newness does bring it to the table. So make sure that you guys are staying tuned, because it does not matter how hard it might be, it does not matter how much loot of ours we gotta blow through, we will do everything in our power. And hello, I like what I'm seeing over there. I will put on, actually, I'll keep that helmet. I'll put on those pants. I'm down for some swap pants, especially some partially broken in ones. And we got a little bit of copper there. Plenty of iron too, if we want something to just fill out our inventory with. And check it out. These are going to be worth breaking into. Star, why? That right there is why. These workbenches have hidden inside of them very valuable metals, so don't diddly do mind if I diddly do. But with some of those updates and whatchamacall features come into the game, like I cannot wait to check them out and showcase them off for you guys, so you guys know what to expect out of these new updates, how these new features might look like, so you know kind of what you're getting yourselves into, what potential like enemies might look like, so you don't ever come underprepared to something. You guys know what it might take to, you know, for potentially build that ATV. Once the ATV gets built, when that update drops, how it is to own an ATV and drive that bad boy around in the new locations that it will unlock. Long story short, y'all gonna know all the gloriousness imaginable. Capiche? Capiche. Now we're gonna break into this. We're at 99 noise. That is incredibly sketchy. And there's still, kind of technically speaking, a couple of decent chests that we do want to break into and kind of like collect for ourselves. But for now, I will put you away. I'll definitely put away some of these stacks over here that we have. 10, dude, actually 10 aluminum plates. That's a little bit crazy. That is a lot of aluminum plates. We don't usually ever find that much. Definitely not forget that this VSS needs to be stashed away as well, because the raiders know how valuable VSSs are, so we don't want them to know that we got one out of this raid, because it's always amazing when you get one out of a raid. And I'm kind of tempted, low-key, to break into this one as well. Hopefully it doesn't bring us over the 100 noise threshold that summons the big one, because when that happens, all bets are off. Everything is hitting the fan. So let's go ahead and try to collect some of the kind of scraps and whatnot of what will pretty much make up the rest of our inventory from this raid. We will get rid of those hatchets. Honestly, 2 hatchets should be plenty, because to my knowledge, there's really only 3 more chests that I would consider breaking into, and 1 more woodworking bench. The rest, the loot it can be okay, but we have definitely gotten the best loot imaginable from here. And oh no, I'm dying of thirst. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna eat this food over here. Sorry, jerky. I'll replace you with that stack of beans I just picked up. So win-win. Win-win. And just to make sure that we are doing everything as efficiently as possible, we will also stash some of this gas over there, because, well, might as well. Your chopper has a dedicated slot to gas. I plan on making use of it. Now, we still got the rest of the stuff from here that we do want to grab, because there's quite a few decent things from here. I suppose I will say of Victor saying to... I guess I'm cool with leaving 6 first aid kits behind. I know they're valuable, but... Over here, we got 4 copper ore. Honestly, I might... no, I'm not leaving behind copper ore. I can't do that to copper. I will pick up some of this charcoal instead of the iron, though, because... Let me just say... Your boy's been burning a lot of coal lately. He's keeping the burners up and running and trying to create steel. It's been a full-time job, baby. Those things have been chugging and jugging. But if I'm not mistaken, we should have this thing now being 1 chop away from being broken, and there are going to be a couple of chests that are like debatably decent that we're going to want to break into. So I think this one should be pretty okay. We're not at 100 noise yet, and we're at 100 noise. Peekaboo, big one's coming. That's not what I like to hear. We got like some wood and some batteries up in there. Nothing that I'm gonna grab, but definitely some stuff that I did want to showcase for you guys, because those are definitely some of the more solid things that there are. I'm not trying to leave over there. Okay, hold on. This is just getting complicated. Ah, don't hurt me. Okay, oh, peekaboo. Okay, let's skedaddle on out of there. Boop, 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 boop. Come on, can I trick the big one to go on the other side of this wall? Oh, I actually can. Oh, get it, baby. This is a prime opportunity, because we have just created a considerable lead on the big one, which means that he should be chasing us totally around this base. And that means that we got a little bit of time to hopefully grab something from this base, into the big one, taking his sweet time. And, oh, baby, hello to you. Oh, the big one's back. He back. Hello, big one. How you doing, buddy? Don't mind me. I wasn't doing anything. Oh, check it out. And we can continue tricking the big one a little bit. Come on. Like, that's the thing. With these, like, walls that are, like, immediately accessible on the other side, like, if you're really lucky, there's no rhyme or reason to it, why it sometimes works and sometimes it doesn't. But there is a way to just, like, sometimes, occasionally, not really consistently, trick the big one into going into there. And hello, okay, I'm gonna bring y'all topside. Oh, what up, Toxic? How you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna bring these guys topside and have them... Oh, nice, we actually managed to dodge that one. I'm gonna have them exit the map over here, and then they're gonna try and, like, run around and get to me, which should hopefully buy us a little bit of time to see what's in that advanced refining furnace, and then probably skedaddle, because, like, we saw... Ooh, airdrop, not too shabby. But we did see that there was, like, some okay stuff to be had in some of those chests. Again, I'm not gonna, there's nothing really there worth risking my life over, so I'll just let it be for the time being. But if there's like a little bit of steel or something in this refining furnace, that might be worth risking my life over. And yo, okay, hold up. I gotta do a double take on this. I saw definitely 2 slots of stuff that I gotta make room for. Actually, no, one was an aluminum bar, which we should already have room for. Oh, don't hurt me. That could have been bad. Good thing I had health. Back to what we were saying. I will use one of these. My armor's starting to take a bit of a beating. That's not good, but I think I saw copper ore over there that I might grab. I definitely saw copper bars. So honestly, I will get rid of the hatchet. We got aluminum bars. There might have been copper ore there, and there was definitely a copper bar. So we should be able to grab everything that we want from that advanced refining furnace, and then we're out of here. We're saying goodbye to the base. We are gonna just bask in the glory of the secret room and what it gave us, and hopefully we'll come across this base again. Until then, I ain't interested. Okay, and we got a little bit of charcoal too. I'm just gonna not. Okay, there we go. He did a little bit of damage to us. Just wanted to listen. I was not about to die at the very last moment. I played it safe. I used the med kit. We just got like 100 of them anyways, so we didn't exactly lose too much. And what an eventful day. No complaints here, except maybe I could have had more loot. But that's not really a complaint because that was a dope base. 1 C4 plus everything we have in our chopper, everything that we're rocking over here. I think we can call that raid a success. And with a successful raid, there ain't no better way to bring an end to this episode of Last Day on Earth Survival. Thank you guys a whole ton for watching. Have yourselves an awesome one, and I'll talk to you next one. See ya.